Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you could join me this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time it is when you're seeing this. TSAI, Total System Artificial Intelligence LLC, a seventh generation technology project. I'm Don Pryor, and I'm trying to get investors on board, people that are willing to contribute and see my vision and help me build this out. So let's go ahead and get started. TSAI, TSAI. What is this company going to do? Total System Artificial Intelligence LLC. This is a startup friendly AI that manages multiple systems at once, helping businesses automate operations, connect data, and make faster decisions in real time. And good decisions, because fast decisions, as we know, can sometimes be poor. The speed is everything in business. It's one of the things that people try to cover up, and they act as if speed is a minor thing. It's the major thing. It's the first mover advantage. Okay. There are a few cases where being the first mover is not advantageous, but there's many cases where being the first mover will give you the ultimate advantages. And you have to know when and where to apply that strategy. And you have to use the right tactics. We'll turn complex workflows into one intelligent, scalable system that saves time and drives growth. Total system artificial intelligence isn't just automation, it's evolution engineered. We're thinking about human life here as well. One thing I want to stay away from is military applications, and I want to lean towards the medical side. Everything from medical robots to medical diagnostic abilities, and getting doctors on board to help us to design this so it doesn't necessarily put the doctors out of business. It just makes them better doctors, right? Um, TSAI, how are we going to do this? What am I looking for? TSI, Total System Artificial Intelligence LLC, is an investment opportunity. We're going to be involved in having corporate governance. We have a discussion of strategy and tactics. All these things are very important. We're seeking 2 million per investor. We want to work with the universities who have some of the best talents. We want to work with some of the best hospitals. We want to work with some of the best programmers, Python and MATLAB, and whatever we can put together here, cryptocurrency. We can bring this all together. Become part of the corporate board. Become part of this plan. Reach out now. My big thing, of course, is going to the stock exchange eventually and being a big IPO. I want to make money at this, but I also want to produce a product. Several products are going to be beneficial to the medical community. Robots that might be able to carry patients, take care of patients, change the diapers of patients. There's so much we can do and is going to be needed. A lot of times we can't find enough people to do the work. Now, robots are expensive. So you're saying, how will the robot be cheaper than the human being? Let's work on that. Okay. Let's work on that. And we're not out to put people out of work. On the contrary, we want to create jobs. Um, TSAI. Let me just say, I can't tell you everything on here. I can't give you some of my bigger plans and ideas because they'll get stolen. And I'm sure some of the big tech companies out there may have similar plans. Persistence will outbeat patents. Innovation will outbeat intellectual property. In my humble opinion, innovation, somebody can do something for years and somebody can come along and make it better in a matter of a few minutes. And that's our goal. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Even in artificial intelligence, we need to take the components there, put them together, hire the right people. And what's the human goal? If the human goal is to take care of patients better, to have a caregiver for people, the government, what are they going to have a problem with? Taking care of all these older people, all these older boomers and Xers who are going to be headed for the exits. They're going to need help. There's not going to be enough millennials and Generation Z people to take care of them. We're going to need robotics, and we're redefining intelligence at scale. Our system integrates human insight with machine precision to create adaptive, self-optimizing solutions for complex global operations. So yes, we'll start domestic in the United States, in Canada. We'll use predictive analytics to autonomous decision frameworks. TSAI transform data into foresight, empowering industries to think faster, act smarter, and evolve continuously. Now that we are close to the end, I have a bonus, and we'll bring that on the next slide, a bonus of what I'm going to bring to the table. So you know there's going to be some proprietary information that is not in databases that I own. TSAI Total System Artificial Intelligence LLC. Reach out to me. There's my phone number. Even if you're not going to get involved, let's talk. Maybe you'll have some ideas. Maybe you're not interested in getting involved, but you want to share some information, or maybe you want to invest the $2 million that I require. Donald Pryor 2050 at gmail.com. Let's get to the end. We are there. TSAI Total Systems Artificial Intelligence LLC. Join me and let's get the high quality workforce behind it now. Now is important. Speed is important. Attention to detail is important. The details are important. Let me tell you this. I also have data, paper data I want to put into computer systems, into AI systems that, as far as I can tell, is not in these systems. There's a lot of data, billions and billions and billions and billions of things. I've got new information that we can also use as a scientific database to create a whole database for AI, starting from our system and then buying the other systems, or some of it's free. And we can train our systems through the data I have and the data that's available, which is almost infinite. I'm pretty sure the data I have is very specific, and it's not, a lot of it isn't published yet. I would call it a trade secret. And I can't go any deeper than that. I open myself up to theft. But it'll work. I'm highly educated. I have 7 different degrees. I didn't go to the kind of school that Elon Musk did, but I went to some pretty good schools. And so I probably am more educated than Elon. I know that's really arrogant of me to compare myself to somebody that works 100 hours a week and doesn't sleep and lives in a small 400 square foot apartment. I've done the same thing, although be it at a different level. So you're right to criticize me for even trying to make a stretch like that. However, with the right people behind it, the right strategy, implementing the right tactics, we can do this. Go too small, become a garage-based business. It's never going to happen. You need a guy that can do the marketing, who can do the operations, who can get there and get the public excited about investing. That's me. I've got some really good marketing skills. There's people that have said, my God, your marketing, you should be like super rich because of all the marketing ideas you've had. And well, you got to execute them, and it's got to come through. You can do a lot of work and get nowhere, as many people do. That's why I need your money. So it goes big. I hire the right people, and then you put me in charge, and I'll make you a lot of money. But I like to run things. That's who I am. And this name here, I purposely legally stole from someone. Just because I think it'll make them a little bit angry. And if they get too mad about it, we'll just pay them some money when we're wealthy and rich, right? And if not, well, who cares? Let them go around and complain. Anyhow, this is TSAI, TSAI, Total Artificial Intelligence, Total Systems Artificial Intelligence, LLC. Everything from robotics to drones to taxis to what Elon's been trying to do with cars that are self-driving, all that stuff. I want you to get on board. I know that we can make a difference. So glad you tuned in. Get in touch. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care. TSAI is a winner.